today I'm going to talk about, this rent-to-rent mentorship, how it works, because it's, yay, Nishad saying yes, definitely. Uh, yeah, so how my mentorship, I mean, I would like to say, and I'm very proud to say that, I mean, not being big headed, but I can say I've experienced a lot of mentorships and I've been on many mentoring programs. And out of so many mentoring programs, I feel that I offer the best service, because I know exactly what we all need and what I needed. Hi, Krasi. As a mentee, what type of support I really needed, from my mentor. And I can actually feel people's pain. I can actually feel how people feel, when they are looking for deals and they need that one-to-one support and all that. So my mentorship is actually very much based on my own struggles, how I felt really lonely. I felt really that I needed someone to hold my hand and actually have time for me and answer my questions, because I didn't really need somebody's long appointment or anything like that. Sometimes you just simply want a quick answer to your question. You've come across a deal and you don't have the courage to take next step, and you don't know whether it's the right deal or not. Deep down, sometimes you do know, but then you're not very clear on how you can how you can take next step. And this is where I have put together my mentorship, bearing all those things in mind. So the biggest thing that I offer and that I wanted to have for myself as well was that one-to-one support. Having that one-to-one support and having accessibility to my mentor. I would have loved it, because the reason I feel that, because when I started, I 7 months I struggled, because I mean, I was so determined to make it happen. And I really tried very, very hard, but I just didn't have clear direction. I didn't have clear focus, and I didn't have that accountability. So despite doing courses and everything, I didn't feel that every time if I was stuck, either there was lack of confidence, or sometimes there was no clear direction. And sometimes I didn't know how to tackle people's objections, when I was approaching them for my deals. And for that reason, what I offer, I really wanted that one-to-one support. So that's what I offer in my mentorship. So anybody who comes on board, they get to have that unlimited access to me and my support. And that could be via WhatsApp, it could be call, it could be just a simple voice note, or it could be via messenger, or even via email. So it could just be all I wanted to do when I found a deal. For example, I wanted to show my deal to someone. I wanted to show my deal and give their honest opinion, whether that deal is going to work or not work. But what I found, that people didn't really have time. And this is what I like to offer, because I know how much it means to somebody who's investing their time, investing their, investing their money as well, hard-earned money. Because when you're starting in rent to rent, I'm very much aware of the fact that you are on limited budget. So money, it's a big thing. You don't want to waste your money on wrong strategy. Sometimes people don't mind paying even to a sourcer, but they want to make sure that they're buying right type of deal. So I'm very much aware of that. So for that reason, I offer that type of support, because sometimes people just need that quick answer. I mean, in my group, this is how I work. Actually, I've got Phil here, I've got Nishat. So these guys, they are all my part of inner circle, and they know exactly how it works. It's they get quick answer, because that's all. Because if it is a solid deal, it's not going to stay on the market, and they need to really know. And if it is a good deal, I would hate anybody to miss that, because this happened to me many, many times. I came across a deal, but because I didn't have that, approachability to someone, to get quick answer, to make quick decision, it was really difficult for me, and I lost a lot of opportunities. So coming from my own experience, this is what I offer in my mentorship. Another thing which I really wanted was that I didn't want to be a number in someone's, because I was like a part of a very big group, but I was just a number. And that's what I make sure, that people don't feel that they are just part of this big group, and they're just a number where they go in. It's like a factory process. They're going in from one end and they're coming out the other end. They've spent a number of months or number of days or number of weeks, and even after finishing that training and that mentorship, they still feel that they don't have that confidence, because whatever their weaknesses or whatever their challenges were, they are still there because they have just gone through this, standard training, standard mentorship, and it's just like one size fit all. But I feel that one size does not fit all, and this is where I very much believe that you really need to have that tailor-made mentorship, because everybody's situation is different. I totally understand, because I had that situation where I was working full time. Now, this is another question. People say, oh, I work full time. Can I work? Can I still do my rent to rent? So I am a live example. This is how I started. And I'm aware of the fact that people actually need, that support in the evening or on weekends. Whereas if you're doing a standard course or anything like that, I mean, my experience has been it's very difficult to get hold of a mentor to speak in the evening, because it's past office hours, or on weekends, because obviously they need their time as well. Whereas for me, it's important, because this is the only time someone will get when they're just starting out. This is something they're doing as a side hustle, and it's important that they have that approachability to me. So this is what I have actually put in place, and this is the reason why so many people in my group actually get their deals so quickly over the line. And there is no magic. I mean, the reason they get it, because they have that approachability to me, and the moment they have a deal and there is a potential for them to get that deal over the line, they know that I'm equally passionate about it. And then I push them to get that deal as soon as, because once it's a good deal, it's not going to stay on the market for very long. And I know that from my own experience. And that is the reason I've got so many mentees in my group so far, who've got their deals. For example, Pauline, Shirley-Ann, Marie, Myro. We've got so many people who've had their deals actually within even Divya. Oh my God, Eki, so many names. Kenny, so many people actually have got their deal within first month of joining, because when they come on board, they get that full support. And I think that's what everybody is lacking. And that's what I give, because sometimes people say, oh, your time is precious. But okay, my time is, if every mentor thinks like that, then nobody is really prepared to give their precious time to anybody. And it's important that you find someone who actually can take some time out, and can actually see what you are going through and feel your pain. And this is what I tend to give to my group, and this is why I proudly say that if you are equally passionate, then there is nothing that stops you from getting your deal in 30 days. It's possible. It's very much, I've seen it over and over and over and over again, and this never happened to me. I mean, it took me 7 months to get my first deal, but I see this over and over again in my group, where people get their deal within a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 10 days, or within a month, which is amazing. So they have very focused approach when they come on board. Another thing that I pay attention in my group is very important for people to have that right mindset. It's really important. So first thing first, I make people set their goals, because it's important that they know what they're doing, where they're going, because setting goal is really important. You need to have a very clear vision, and I become their accountability partner from then on. So that's another reason why people get the best when they are learning from me. And I really feel that whatever was lacking in the market, I offer that. So I feel for people when they come on board, they ask me, and then they're still deciding. And I think, where else are you going to get that type of support, where somebody is genuinely caring about you? So guys, if you are sitting on the fence, you're not going to get a better or more passionate mentor than me. I don't talk like this, but I thought, if I don't come out and I say to people, it's a real shame that, they go and they pay for cheaper courses or whatever, and they do, and then they think about, but I'm not saying there is anything wrong with it, but if you're really looking for that full support, then you've got the best mentor. That's all I can say in that way, because this is how I would have liked someone to mentor me, in this, in any strategy, and this is where I feel people get let down. They get, everybody promises them, but when it comes to actually delivering, there are very, very few people who actually deliver what they say. And to me, that means a lot. You have to have that type of that type of I don't know what's the word for, but yes, definitely you need to have that type of desire actually to deliver. And I absolutely love it, because I'm giving something that people really longing for. Now, another thing that I have combined in this, so you don't just get one-to-one from me, you also get to have access to my digital course. So I have actually created, hi, Combs. Yeah, thank you for joining. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Ashley. So yes, so that's another thing, because I have created my own digital course that is also part of this mentorship that I, offer. And because thank you for your love hearts. Thank you. And because this mentorship is, and the videos that I've created, they're not really based on any bookish knowledge. It's actually based on my own real experience, because I have done this rent to rent strategy for 3-4 years now. And now, I've built my own portfolio. I have faced all the challenges which people talk about. I have faced difficulties like passing your references, how to deal with the property when it's partially tenanted already, how to, what you need to look for in a property when you're viewing. So these are proper practical things that you come across on a daily basis. How to convince a letting agency, how and where to find those type of letting agencies who will work with you, and how to do your checks when your deals are coming from sourcers. So there are so many things I have put in place, which are actually based on my real experience, real life experience, and they are not based on just bookish knowledge. So sometimes people may think, oh, it's just a digital course, so we'll just look at different documents. It's not really documents, it's actually a book. I've actually recorded my whole course, where I've covered every single scenario that people could possibly think of, and that's part of this mentorship. So that's another thing, because I wanted to give people that extra support. So in their own time, okay, they have that one-to-one with me, but then also if they need to see, they can always go back to my course, and they can watch whichever video they need to see. If, for example, they're going through a stage where they are looking for tenants, so how to do references on your tenants, how to advertise your properties. There are so many tips and tricks in that. People need to know, and those tips and tricks that I have actually shared in my videos or even in my mentorship are actually, these are the things which I use on a daily basis. These are the things that I use when or I suggest people who are actually advertising in my group. And that is the reason why Shirley Ann's first property, when she put it on the market, she put it on the market in such a way that she was bombarded with inquiries, because I actually taught her how to put her advert. People talk about rent to rent, but what I am giving in my mentorship is a full package. So you're not just learning what type of properties you are looking for, what type of areas you're looking for. I'm also working on your mindset. I'm also helping to become your accountability partner. I'm also chasing you so you're getting your results, because I don't really want anybody who just wants to sit back, learn the strategy and go away, because that's not the purpose. Now what I'm doing is out of passion. I want people to get those results, and I want people to feel really good that they have become specialized in this strategy. So everything that you really, really need to know practically, that's what I give, in this. So those videos, my course, that's part of it. Another thing that comes with it is also all the documents you could possibly think of. So for example, people talk about these template letters for landlords, or I mean, I say use them, but don't use them straight away. Use them when you have got few deals in your bag already. Then that will help to, when you're sending out letters, these letters will be you, it will show your credibility, because you've already now got some deals. Otherwise, I feel these landlords letters, which everybody talks about in any courses you go to, they talk about send out these letters, send out these letters. These letters don't really make any sense to landlords, because by then you don't really have any credibility. And if any landlord replies to you, they're going to ask you all the challenging questions. And if anything, it's going to knock your confidence, because you're not going to get that deal, and then you feel you're not good enough, and it's just going to put lots of doubts. And exactly this is what happened to me. So although you have access to all my documents, templates and everything, but I still say use them when you have got few deals. And this is what I teach: how to get your deals in your bag as soon as possible, so you start building your credibility, and that will give you a lot of confidence. And this is how I work with my group, and this is the reason why people actually get really fast results. I mean, for example, I've got one mentee, Myro and Nadia. I did their interview, and they have now got 9 rent to rent deals in 10 months. So I love that, when someone equally passionate as me comes on board. This is just so amazing. So guys, if you are someone who's really passionate, wants to make it happen, and really looking for right person, you will not find more passionate person than me. So definitely, reach out if anything. Another thing, what I've created is I've created actually offer letter in my mentorship. So if somebody wants to put an offer, you don't have to go out and create your own letters, because I've already created it. All you're doing is you plug and play. So all you're doing, once you've done the numbers, you're putting your offer amount, whatever you are offering, and you're just sending it to the landlord or agents, and that letter is effective enough. So why to create or make extra job for yourself? And I've already done it. So I try to help and support in my group as much as possible, and this is why people feel that there is a lot of support there in my group, because I have got the documents that you need. In fact, what I've also done, I have actually documented every single aspect of this strategy you could think of. I have documented, and I have created PDFs on it. So you need them, they're all there to be used. So in fact, you have access to the huge library of documents. um, Also, what is included in my mentorship is the contracts. You will need to have access to these contracts as well. And sometimes people wonder, oh, which contract should I use? And I know from my own experience, there could be different variations to that contract. So you have access to that as well. So every document you could possibly think of, it's included in my support, when people join me. And this is the reason people, once you have it, you don't really need to look anywhere else, that, oh, what else do I need, what else do I need. You don't feel that you're lacking anything. And another thing, if this isn't enough, I've got actually sourcers who, offer special discount just for people who are, sometimes people wonder, do I source deals for my mentees? Is that why I say get your deals so quick? But I do source, but I don't source for my own mentees, because, I just feel that will not be fair, because if I start sourcing deals, then, I'll not be unbiased to the deal, and I will not be able to give my honest opinion, what I really feel of, about that particular deal that they are looking at. you know so for that reason, but I do have connections. I have got some sourcing companies. They work very closely, and they're more than happy to give discount for people who are working with me. So that's another advantage people have. So for outsiders, if deals don't stack, but for them, deals will stack automatically, because obviously deals are coming with a huge discount of £1,000 or £500. So that massive chunk of that amount that they're going to pay otherwise to a sourcer, without even realizing whether that is a good deal or not. But if they are already learning from me, then obviously I'm going to teach them how to do proper checks on that deal, so they know that those deals are really, really solid deals. And also, what more can you ask for? If the deal if is coming from a sourcer, and a sourcer is prepared to give you £1,000 discount, then obviously that deal will automatically stack better for my mentees than anybody else out there, so you're straight away making massive savings. So think about, however long you stay with me, if you're taking 5 deals, 6 deals, so you're straight away you're saving 5 to 6 thousand pounds, so which is a no-brainer for anybody. So that's also part of my mentorship. Guys, if you have any question, do ask, because I find that a lot of people ask me, okay, Sapna, what's included, what's your one-to-one mentorship? And sometimes I just feel that, it's not fair when I say, I do one-to-one mentorship, because that's not what I give only. That's not the only thing. There is so much more to it. It's a whole package. It's a package of my digital course. It's my one-to-one, having access to me. There is no need for anybody to book an appointment to speak to me, because I feel that it's very important that people can approach me, and that I stay connected to my roots as well, because I can see their pain. I can feel everybody's pain, because I have been through all that. I have been through so many rejections. And even now, I go through rejections, so they're not the only one. I get rejected as well. So I know everybody's pain. I know what market needs. I know exactly how you need to, tackle landlords, or what you need to say, and, how you need to set properties, and what type of bills we are paying on different, rent to rent properties. So we discuss those type of things in our group. So these are like very much, when people join me, they actually get to experience all that, because there are mentees who already got deals, and they're moving on to their second deal, third deal, fourth deal. So people are actually asking those type of questions. So how much are we getting bills wise, or Sapna, which company we are going to, or things like, it could be all sorts of things, where are we getting our furniture from, or I'm having this issue with this tenant, you think it's a good tenant, or or how to tackle this situation. So these are the things. I think this is the right atmosphere that I'm creating in my group, where people actually in my inner circle, people who are actually just join, they get involved as well. They get to learn as well from everybody, because we always constantly we discussing these type of things in our group. And this is something which is, I feel that, invaluable. I never had that, and I really feel honored that people who join my group, they get to have all this experience. So guys, I hope you are enjoying listening to me. And that's how I proudly feel that I have actually got, and I'm not saying this is the end product, but I have actually created something which is so unique and so complete, and I am forever adding more things to it as well. Now, another thing that I offer in my mentorship is, so it's not just like one-to-one. It's not just digital course. It's not all the document that you will ever need. It's also mastermind groups that I do, so in a month I do 10. So normally, whenever, I mean, I've done loads and loads of mentorship courses, myself, and I know maximum I got was um, uh, one or two, group Zooms where I used to attend, hardly one or two in a month. But what I offer is like 10 group Zooms. So people not only get that one-to-one, but also we meet on a regular basis, every Tuesday, every Thursday, and then every other Saturday. We meet in that group Zoom. So there is no reason for anybody to feel that, they're not getting time, they're not getting attention. Everybody gets that opportunity to ask questions, and everybody gets opportunity to progress in that group, So this is the beauty. So in total, so there is never a time where, people in my group feel, oh, they can't get hold of Sapna, because Sapna is always there. She's always there for her group. So this actually is my passion. I really wanted to create something where people could actually feel that they could connect with their mentor. And this is what I'm giving actually in my mentorship. So, and also I've been very mindful of the fact that, my Zooms are in the evening. So because I understand that when people are just starting out in rent to rent, you know, the only time they have in hand where they can work on these rent to rent strategy is either evenings or weekends. And that is the reason my mastermind groups are actually, they are in the evening I do, and then one I do on weekend as well. So they have tons of exposure. And what do we do in these group Zooms that we do? We talk about, we go into every single, we take one topic, and every single topic, then I go deep into it, and we then do question and answer. And these are not just question and answer we would ask, just for the sake of us. These are questions which people are facing in my group, my mentees are facing, I'm facing on a daily basis. It could be that how to tackle that objection, what to do with this property, how to find properties, how to, get your deal over the line, those type of situations, or what you really need to look for when you're going out and you're viewing properties. So those type of things. And also what we do in our group Zoom is we do live deal analysis. So people who are, there's never a time when people don't get the opportunity for, their deal to be seen by me or by the group. So because there is always so much exposure they get with me, that, if there is a deal that they've seen and we need to go through the numbers, so I do that in a group. So then not only that person who's actually looking to take that deal, but other people also get to see that live deal, real deals. And then we go through how we will negotiate on that deal, because one deal, you don't just negotiate on a deal on one basis. There are so many ways to make that deal work. And this is exactly what I teach in my mentorship, because you just got to, it's such a creative strategy. You can think of so many ways to make that deal work. And the reason, it just gives them a lot of confidence to the person who's actually going to or about to take that deal, because he knows or she knows that, we've checked it, we've done it in a group, and everybody agrees that whether it's a good deal or not good deal. So it just gives you that extra boost, extra confidence, and you never feel that you're on your own. That I always wanted to give that, and I always wanted to give everybody that accessibility. And this is what I give, and this is the reason everybody in my group, everybody, that is my aim, that every single person who joins, they don't just join for the sake of getting knowledge, they actually get a deal. They get a deal. And if they're staying with me for 6 months, then I really love to see them all getting 6 deals at least. And that's very much possible. Like I said, many mentees in my, they've got multiple deals now. And like Myro is on top, because he was one of my first mentee, and he got his first deal within 2 weeks. So this is how passionately I work with people. Another thing I teach is where to find those deals. That's a big question for everybody, because I mean, I'm not just doing this rent to rent, I'm actually a sourcer as well. I source deals, so I know exactly where sourcers are looking for deals. So how to find deals, that's a very big thing. And once you learn how to find deal, once you understand all the licensing rules and everything, which I teach you in depth, because people need to have very good understanding of it. You can't just go out and buy your deal from a sourcer, because sourcers don't have in-depth knowledge of this strategy. So once you learn all that, nobody will make a better sourcer than you yourself. That's what I say to everybody in my group, because this is how I feel. Because when they come on board, they become specialized in this rent to rent HMO strategy. And this is something that is, the skills that they learn how to reference check on their tenants. And this is something that they can actually, it's a transferable skill. So going forward, most of the people who want to actually get into this rent to rent, the reason they want to get into rent to rent, because eventually they want to build their portfolio of properties, because that's exactly what I'm doing as well. I'm now building my own portfolio of properties. And now this is something that I've learned by dealing with tenants in my rent to rent HMO, how to do references, how to pick my own tenants as well. And so this is something that you guys will learn or whoever comes on board, learn that how to do references, because this is something then you can use in your own property. So you never need to rely on any letting agency to do references or pick your tenants. And in that way, you're straight away going to save 8 to 10% on management fee, and this is something I think it's invaluable, dealing with tenants and managing tenants and, managing their expectations. It's something so, so invaluable. So I feel that this rent to rent strategy is just amazing strategy. Don't just do it for cash flow. It's very, very good if you're looking to build your connections, your relationships, with the right type of people. For example, landlords, local letting agents. This is the strategy which will help you to build that type of connection. And then if you want to get into sourcing, then this will help you to get into sourcing as well, because that's how I got into sourcing. And I don't know why people go out and pay for sourcing, when I say to people that, why not learn rent to rent, do your rent to rent, and then nobody will make a better sourcer than you, because by then you've already developed those type of connections with the right type of people, and those people will then give you deals which you can easily go out and source, because nobody will understand strategy better than you. And once you understand and you will know the numbers work on that deal, and that deal is outside your area, then you can easily source a deal. And you never really need to build a list of um, list of investors and all. I don't believe in that, because once you have a deal, if you put it in any property group and if it is a solid deal, people will smell it from miles. And I say that from my own experience. I've never kept a list of investors, because investor may have money today, but not, they may not have money next month by the time I find my deal. So it's best just to put that deal out. If it's a solid deal, people will smell it from miles and they will chase you like anything. And this is what I teach. So when I'm teaching rent to my group, I'm not just teaching rent to rent, it's a full package. So they also get to learn how to become a great sourcer, how to become a specialized sourcer in rent to rent HMO strategy. And if you are selling, and if you are um, um, giving deals which are really good in rent to rent, people are out there, people are looking, people are hungry for good deals, and you'll have no difficulty selling your deals. So basically, that's just in a nutshell. I wanted to talk about this because people have asked me many a times, and I thought I'm going to do one live on this topic. But yes, I would say my mentorship is the best mentorship if in rent to rent strategy, because I don't just teach you bookish knowledge. It's based on real experience. You get to work with me on a one-on-one basis. When you have a deal, then you know that you've got equally passionate person right behind you to support you to get your deal over the line more than anything. Because I don't really want people to just come on board, just spend their time here and then go. No. If you are here because you're serious. You want to change your career. You want to build that extra cash flow, and that's what you're going to get. Another thing that I've just started, this is something I've started very recently in my group, is because I know that mindset is so, so important. I have actually created a daily motivation club, morning motivation club in my group for my mentees, where what we do, we do like a morning session, half an hour session. That's in addition to those 10 sessions that I do. These every day, Monday to Friday, we do a morning motivation session where we, read a book which is motivational to, make a start. You get up with the right mindset, and once you have right mindset, that means you're going to have really positive day. You will have, you are on the right track. And what I'm finding is, once I've started doing it, actually people, I'm finding in my group, people are really, they're bringing really brilliant results. People are really taking action as well. It's really helping to motivate them even more. So that's another thing that I'm doing in my group. So yes, guys, if you want to learn from someone who is genuinely, cares about it, then reach out. If I have any spaces, I'll be delighted to help. because I'm looking for suitable people, not just the type of people who will sit back and not taking it seriously. Then there is no point, because I want to get buzz out of it as well. It's very, very important. And yes, another thing, there is so much to it. I have created my own WhatsApp group where we all meet. We start our day with good morning, we cheer, we motivate each other. I always in the morning remind everybody that they need to stay motivated. We have our own affirmations and all that. We have a daily listening that we do. So there is lot to it, because, and that is the reason, because people need that full package. People need that full package, and that's what they get. So that's why I feel that sometimes people reach out and they say, oh, but I've done the course already, I don't want to pay for it. But what you've done, that's a different story altogether. What you're getting is totally different. Then they think about it and they go in that analysis paralysis mode, that, oh, well, I've already paid. I mean, if you've already paid but you didn't get, but you're halfway there, so why you are turning back? I mean, you're not really helping yourself. Whatever you've done definitely hasn't worked for you. And if you have been presented with that opportunity and then you are you are taking step back because you're just thinking now, what do I do? Then I would say stay focused, because 95% of my mentees, they've all done courses before. They didn't find that one person who was passionate about their goal, about their vision, and then they've come to me. So you're not the only one if you've already done a course and you feel guilty paying again, because I've done it. If I add up, my own money that I've, how much money I've spent on my personal development, on my own training. I've spent nearly close to £50,000 just on my own mentorship. Different types of mentorships I've taken, because I value it. I value my self-development, because I feel the more I put into me, I can give that back to my mentees. It's like I'm doing a mindset course just for the sake of, so I can give back to my own mentees. I can give back to my own group, because I want them to achieve really, really great results. And I really want to create something that's outstanding for rent to rent HMO. And that is the reason nearly every day, you see a message. If you've been following me, you see in my group, this person has achieved something, or this person has got a deal, or this person's offer has been accepted. So there is a reason why people are achieving great results. So feel free, check my testimonials, and these are real people. They are not made up testimonials, and these are just some of them, because not everybody is comfortable in front of the camera, or putting things on social media. But these are real people who bravely come out and they've said something nice for my mentorship or for my support that they get, which is really, really humbling for me. And the way it's growing organically, which is so fantastic. I'm not even advertising, and I feel truly humbled. I feel really honored, that people are, joining with me, and they are, working on their mission, and which is fantastic. So yeah, I hope, guys, you have got some idea as to what is part of my mentorship. It's not just one-to-one. It's not just my digital. It's not just my 10 group Zooms that I do. It's not just my morning daily motivation. There is so much to it, and I can proudly say, and with confidence, I can say you will not find, a mentorship like that, in at least in the UK, it's the best mentorship, definitely. No brainer, 100%. So guys, if you are watching and if you want to take advantage of, because you have been in today's Zoom, and if you want me to help you, and if you want to be part of my group, then do mention Wednesday live, and I will have an extra bonus, which I haven't really mentioned here, which I give to people, especially, if on that I don't offer all the time, but I will, for someone who has watched this and has been inspired and feel that yes, they truly want to be part of this group, part of my group, and they want to win some really great results, they want to get some great results. So reach out and do mention Wednesday live. So I've got something that I'm not going to mention here. Okay, so enjoy rest of the evening, and I'll see you next week. And I'm so glad that Facebook didn't shut down on me today. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.